to the stage. Hi, everybody. I'm on the stage. Let me get myself together here. You see the background of it all, you hear the music of it all, and then there is me. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Glad to have all you here on Braylon Lee's virtual tour lab. So glad to have all of you here. So let's dive right in. First destination, we're talking about Disney. Oh, Lord, we are talking about Disney. This comes to us from deadline.com, okay? So Bob Iger says next month's beta launch of combined Hulu Disney Plus app will prepare parents. Hang on, sorry, I'll just try to get my fan together because I know some of y'all do not like the fan in the video. Just trying to still stay cool. Okay. So Bob Iger says next month beta launch of combined Hulu Disney Plus app will prepare parents for a union of spicy and kitty fare. I'm gonna say that again. Prepare parents for a union of spicy and kitty fare. Disney CEO Bob Iger says next month's beta launch of a combined Hulu Disney Plus app will help acclimate families to the concept of Bluey being a couple clicks away from American Horror Story. Let's keep reading. Speaking to Wall Street analysts on the company's quarterly earnings call, Iger did identify any specific program or details about how the two services will be separated for parents who prefer that. He said he viewed a demo of the new dual service on Tuesday, announcing it will launch in beta in December, so next month, with the full rollout due in March. And by the way, you see that prom dates Hulu acquires coming of age comedy from American High and Heartbeat, which is Kevin Hart's production company. So how are you combining an app when Hulu is still acquiring programming? But anyway, let's keep reading. We are basically putting it in beta so that we can prepare the parents largely to basically implement parental controls because you'll be able to access Hulu programming on the same app, Iger said. Assuming those best practices are implemented and the tools work as intended, executives see opportunities in terms of upsell capabilities, in terms of increasing engagement, Iger continued. We found that when we bundle, we lower churn. And again, these are steps that are all taken to make streaming a great business. For those of you who don't know, Disney lost $1 billion in streaming. Disney last week confirmed that it's buying Comcast one-third stake in Hulu. For those of you who don't know, it was Disney, Comcast, and I think it was Fox, I think. So, Netflix is Netflix, and all the networks said, hey, let's have our own streaming service so that way we can put all of our episodes available. They put all of our episodes on one thing or one platform, and all of the networks can win. So it was a collaborative effort in the beginning, which will allow more leverage in terms of pricing and bundling. Hulu is, Comcast is selling their one-third stake because they have Peacock, so they're trying to invest in Peacock. Right now, I think Peacock has 28 million paid subscribers. Disney Plus and Hulu are already a part of a successful bundle with ESPN Plus, though all three are still separate apps. In an interview with CNBC immediately before the earnings call, Iger called the Hulu consolidation a great step for the company from a strategic perspective. He added that gives us an opportunity to further connect the dots between Disney Plus and Hulu. Okay. Parental controls have been a key feature of Disney Plus since its launch nearly 4 years ago. While initially focused on the 5 pillars of Marvel, Star Wars, Pixar, National Geographic, and Disney branded titles, was also known for emphasizing families, it had woven in rated R fare like Deadpool and Logan. So as you guys can see here, this is the rest of the article. You can read that there. Oh, that's the last sentence. Okay. Or the last paragraph. As far as the company's overall streaming business, the building blocks are in place. Iger maintained the earnings call. Disney still expects to return profit in streaming by the end of fiscal 2024, as it has surged through many ups and downs. The company has stepped back from the aggressive subscriber targets it had first issued in 2019 and then bumped up in 2020. So I'm gonna be real with y'all. This is just stupid. I'm sorry. Like, what in the world? Now y'all know I already went through Touchstone Pictures, but let me say this though. It is going to really be detrimental to Disney. And I will tell you why. Because when you watch Good Morning America, for example, Good Morning America is the engine for Disney and ABC, right? So for, kid programming, and when I think of Disney Plus, I think of all the animated classics, I think of original series, I think of Inside Pixar, some documentaries, sure. But those that type of content is usually geared towards kids and families. Hulu, like I said before, is the adult side of Disney. I think for advertisers, this is going to be a very hard sell because, first of all, like Bob Iger said, you can watch Bluey. Which, let me look up Bluey so that way you guys can know. I think some of you guys may know what Bluey is, but basically, what Bluey is: follow the adventures of a blue heeler puppy. Um, yeah, follow the adventures of a blue heeler puppy, Bluey, who lives with her mom, dad, and sister. Her energy and lovable spirit gets her in all types of funny and unpredictable situations. So you're having now an app where there's going to be a cartoon about a puppy and the family versus American Horror Story with Emma Roberts going through this Rosemary's Baby plot on the same app. So you're gonna have animated dogs and horror on one app. I just, I don't. This is gonna be very hard for advertisers unless the deal is good enough where you know maybe that they can diversify their advertising dollars on different shows within one app. But I just truly feel that this is not going to be the vibe that they think it's going to be. And that's just my take. I mean, I could be completely wrong, but let's look at some comments. So Jason says strike is over at 12:01 Thursday morning. Anonymous just made the SAG deal. Thank you. Anonymous again. Who says spicy and kitty fair gross? Old boy said right. It sound like a description for something illegal. Jim said great. Now he's going to fuck up Hulu. Oh, well, I guess it was a nice service while it lasted. Anonymous, you've seen unaware that Disney has been in full control of Hulu since 2019. Technically, but Comcast just sold their 1/3 stake of Hulu back to Disney. Ian said, "Why the need for dramatization from Iger or something that's been in place across Europe and Australia since Disney Plus has launched in those areas, which has um, kids content side by side with stronger adult series and films. It all feels quite unnecessary." So those are the comments of this story. I truly do feel, and like I said, I think Hulu is has like 44 million subscribers, and like I said, if you can launch Disney Plus in all of these other countries, it's not like you can't launch it. Um, it's not like you can't launch Hulu in other countries because, I mean, you have money to make Disney Plus, international, but not Hulu. I see more promotion for the Disney Plus bundle than Hulu. Last promotion I saw from Hulu was for Oprah Winfrey's Black Cake. So I don't think this union is going to work out because the biggest complaint that I hear from Disney fans through the power of social media is this: Disney does not know how to grow up. That's why people are going over to Universal Orlando because there are roller coasters. They have Halloween Horror Nights, and yes, I know Disney can't get into horror like that. That's why they have Mickey's not so very scary Halloween party. But I think they just want to know that Disney has a bite when it comes to being wrong. So that's just my take. I could be completely wrong, but anyway. So let's roll on with this virtual tour here. So here it is. This comes to us from rollingout.com. A Nintendo Switch could land a 17-year-old 30 years in prison. You heard me correctly. A Nintendo Switch could land a 17-year-old 30 years in prison. Brenda Deppa pleaded no contest. On October 30th, a Florida teen pleaded no contest to a charge of aggravated battery. He faces a possible maximum sentence of 30 years in prison. In February 2023, Brenda Deppa, who was then 17 years old, was arrested and charged with felony aggravated battery with bodily harm for kicking and punching Joanne Nadrick, a Martinez high school paraprofessional. The assault was captured on the school surveillance camera. Um, the video shows the teen rushing toward Nadok, pushing her several feet, throwing her to the floor. After which she appears unconscious. Then he kicks and punches the woman around 15 times in the back and head before being pulled off of her by several adults. Um, so the high school teacher who was being unconscious by the student after this high school teacher who was being unconscious by the student after she told him to get off his Nintendo is reportedly refusing to help the defense lighten the sentence for the teen. Um, the student Brenda Deppa is charged with a whopping 30 years in prison. So I'm going to play it for context purposes, okay? So I just want y'all to know that this is very real. I'm not gonna play the sound because I think that this says everything without saying a lot. So I'm just gonna play it here. Now that's so throws down the ground and then kicks her in the back of the head. And he is going in unconscious. So let's keep rolling. The Flagler County Sheriff's Office said that Deepa stated that he was upset because Nader took his Nintendo Switch away from him during class. Nader's GoFundMe message tells a different story, saying that she never took or even mentioned the Nintendo Switch being taken away from the student. So, I'm going to find the I'm going to find the GoFundMe for this because I want to be able to be fair here. GoFundMe. Okay. So I just want to read this here. Okay, so this is the tab for this. Support and encouragement for Joanne. So that is Joanne right there. They had $110,000 goal. They've raised $105,093. It says here, my name is Jessica. I have had the privilege of getting to know Joanne through our kids bowling team for Martinez High School for the last 6 years. February 21st, 2023, Joanne was brutally attacked by a student as she tried to leave a classroom. The video has gone viral, so I'm sure that you've seen or heard about it. Joanne's mother to her son is a senior, and her daughter graduated from Martinez High School in 2013. She's been working 2 jobs to care for her family. Her heart is huge in all that she does for others. Joanne is humble and never asks for help and needs our love and support during this difficult time. I asked her to allow us to do this so that she can rest, heal, and spend time with her kids without worrying about financial concerns. Thank you for giving in the way that you are able. You can also send gift cards, Publix, Winn Dixie, Target, and Walmart. Please give in the way that's easiest for you. So, Jessica White Leon is the organizer, and Joanne Finnick is the beneficiary. Here are the words of support here. Um, yeah. So, as we roll on with this story has an update. Okay, this comes to us from the Daytona Beach News Journal. Martinique's aide in viral video attack says she was given an ultimatum to return to work. Joanne Nadick, the teacher's aide who was beaten, in an email to the news journal wrote that she felt her only options were to resign or to return to work. Wow. So this student, Brendan Depa, 6'6", 6'6" tall, 269 pounds. And he's being held right now at the Flagler County Jail on $1 million bond. Depa has been diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder and some mental health disorders, according to court-appointed psychologist Roger Davis, who performed Depa's competency evaluation. School district officials did not respond to the news journal's question regarding whether Nadick had been given an ultimatum. Well, here's the thing. To the school district, if it's not true, you should have just said that we didn't give her an ultimatum and show evidence. But because you're not responding, it must be true, right? So Joanne Nadick is back at work full time as a paraprofessional at Flagler's school. She's now working at Martinique's high school district spokeswoman wrote in an email. It says here in an email to the news journal, Nadick wrote that on May 11th she was told by the district that doctors had cleared her for light duty, but that was not the case, and she did not return. 5 days later, she received an email that saying that she was released for light duty and was told when and where to report. The messages I received from the district made it clear that had I had to show up for work. I felt like I was not being heard. My only options were to return to work or resign. She reported for light duty on May 17th, even though she was not feeling well. She wrote she returned to work on August 3rd and filed a leave of absence application to Human Resources on August 22nd. I have not returned since. So this is Brendan Depa, the young man in the orange jumpsuit. Joanne had attempted to return back to work this fall after feeling forced back the last 2 weeks of school. According to a post by White Leon, she shared that at that point she didn't feel ready and was given an ultimatum of return by a specific date or resign. So Leon wrote that Nick had been feeling optimistic about a new job at elementary school due to the unfortunate events out of her control physically and mentally. Joanne has said that she's currently on a leave of absence, Leon wrote. Leon wrote that had been a long, exhausting process. As I write that she's still jumping through workers' comp hoops, but finally is being seen by professionals at a specialty and trusted facility. She realized she could not provide details out of respect for Nadick's privacy. Of course, that's understandable. Leon wrote that Nadick was suffering from long-lasting effects of the being, including further hearing loss, sight concerns, shoulder pain, constant discomfort from the damage to her ribs. I personally did really think of the crippling mental impact all this was going to have going back into the school system, Leon wrote. Leon wrote that the attack forced on Nadick to drop out of courses for her Associate of Arts degree due to cognitive and focus issues. The judge ruled in June that Deepa is mentally competent and the legal case against him can proceed. So, a lot going on. Now, I will say this. Disability or not, that was fucked up, wrong, and out of line. I don't know what happened that day for him to do that, but nobody in the school system should have had to deal with that. Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Blasian, whatever. And honestly, 30 years is a lot. But also, too, he did do the crime. He did. And, the teacher not wanting to lie in the sentence, I agree. If any one of us was in that situation, I think we would feel the exact same way. So, to Brendan Dippa, you did wrong. That teacher did not deserve it. And whether it was a Nintendo Switch or not, you're there to get an education. And not to mention, how in the hell is a Nintendo Switch in the damn classroom? How in the hell is a Nintendo Switch in the damn... How can you be playing Super Mario Brothers Wonder in class when you're supposed to be wondering on the educational lesson that is being presented in front of you so you can rise up to be better? I don't know if he has any parents or not, or any family members, but I hope that they are investing into him. And listen, we don't know his circumstances at home, but for constant rib pain, I mean, y'all, he kicked and punched this woman around 15 times in the back and the head. He deserves to go to jail. Disability or not, there is no reason why you should be kicking somebody in the back and the head 15 times. So okay. So as we roll on here on this virtual tour, got some good news for y'all. I think y'all would like this story. I wanted to share this story a while back, but it was not time. But I think now it's the time. So here we go. This comes to us from blacknews.com. Black woman makes history, reunite 8,400 fatherless kids with their biological dads. I'm going to say that again. Black woman makes history, reunite 8,400 fatherless kids with their biological dads. Dr. Torri J. Evans-Barton, the founder and CEO of the Fatherless Generation Foundation, Incorporated, TFGF, is celebrating having reunited 8,400 fatherless children with 3,281 biological fathers. She says that she believes fatherless.
As someone living with type 2 diabetes, I want to keep it real and talk about some risks. With type 2 diabetes, you have up to 4 times greater risk of stroke, heart attack, or death. Even at your A1C goal, you're still at risk, which if ignored could bring you here. May put you in one of those, or even worse. Too much? That's the point. Get real.
Sorry about that, y'all. Anthony Anderson wanted to come in virtual tour live, but I'm like, Anthony, I don't know where you're coming from, bro. I don't know where you're coming from. But yes, seriously, get that checked, though, when it comes to, I like that suit jacket. But get that checked when it comes to your health with your A1C, because that is extremely, extremely important. But as we roll on here, Dr. Torri J. Evans-Barton says that she believes that fatherlessness creates identity.
As someone...
Anthony, really, bro? Really? She says that she believes fatherlessness creates an identity issue along with a slew of other emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual issues. Dr. Torri J. herself grew up without her biological father, finally reuniting with him when she was 31 years old. She comments, finding my biological father at 31 years old caused me to discover my identity and realize the significance of a father's role in our lives. I believe it possible all human beings should have the same opportunity I was provided. By reuniting with my biological father, I was positioned to heal from the trauma fatherlessness introduced. Her reunification with her father has been the catalyst and the blueprint for helping fatherless children do the same. Her pain of growing up fatherless and healing from that pain is what led her to launch her foundation to reunite fatherless children with their biological fathers. Fatherlessness is an indoctrination into trauma and dysfunctional behavior that's normalized within certain communities, leaving children wanting a daddy so bad but afraid to reunite with him, says Dr. Torri J. Her foundation normalizes reunification and has a vision of eradicating fatherlessness through reunification. Reunification, and helps its clients with a step-by-step action plan to begin the successful reunite the child within their desires. To learn more about Dr. Torri J and the Fatherless Generation Foundation Incorporate, visit the official website at tfgf.org. So they have beyond fatherless peer groups and boys and girls clubs and community centers within 98 cities within 33 states across the country. It is headquartered in Atlanta with offices in Washington, D.C., Miami, Dallas, Chicago, and St. Louis. And now TFGF has expanded this work into Africa, Zimbabwe, South Africa, and Nigeria are now the new homes of TFGF. So for more information, you can email them at info@tfgf.org and at 404-410-6790. That's 404-410-6790. That's 404-410-6790. So I want to bring that story to y'all because I do believe truly at the end of the day that we are only as powerful as we allow ourselves to be. So I'm going to share this tab now with all of you. So this is the actual website here. Very nice website, by the way. While we do what we do, 1 out of 3 children grows up without their biological father in the home. Fatherlessness creates emotional, psychological, spiritual, and financial issues, resulting in negative outcomes. 20 times more likely to have a behavioral disorder, 5 times more likely to commit suicide, 32 times more likely to run away, 10 times more likely to abuse a chemical substance, and 20 times more likely to end up in prison. So I think I can play this. I think this would be great. Actually, you know what? Let me see something real quick, y'all. Y'all give me a moment. Let me keep reading the Western website, and then we'll go to their YouTube channel. TFGF's mission reunites fatherless children with their biological fathers, all while providing the resources and services that strengthen, support, and elevate a commitment to fatherhood and family values. It is our mission to be the solution to the negative statistics surrounding fatherlessness. Our efforts go beyond talking about the statistics of fatherlessness to being a solution to a generational problem through our programs and services crafted to reunite fatherless children and their fathers and supporting fathers through their journey to build positive relationships with their children. TFGF uses an out-of-the-box holistic method by providing legal, psychological, and emotional support to absent fathers who desire to become active. So you can become a volunteer there. Our testimonial here. So I'm gonna read this testimonial because I think it's important. The Fatherless Generation Foundation Incorporated created a space of hope for me and my child custody case. Dr. Torri and her passion to develop an organization to support the livelihood of fathers is overwhelmingly God-centered. The organization supported me by directing me to the best qualified attorney available. And because family law cases can be very expensive, the organization took their responsibility one step further by negotiating terms of cost of representation. I was thrilled at the dedication, determination, independence the organization provided in my custody battle. I was most thankful for the additional financial support the company provided. The company provided 3,000 of financial support on the behalf of my case. Not only have I found a pathway to hope in my case, but I've also developed a network of support through this organization. Thanks, Dr. Torri, for leading and helping me towards redemption and reuniting me with my daughter. You know, I think it's so, I think it's just so powerful to have a testimonial like that, to feel that truly everybody is looking for love. Everybody's looking for a place to fall. So I am going to play a testimony. I'm going to play this one here. So let me get this on for all of you. We're going to watch it and then I'll come back with more commentary. Okay, so here we go.
I found out about the Fatherless Generation Foundation through a couple of sources. At the time, I was looking for an attorney to help me pursue an order for parental rights and legitimization. So I reached out to Kimberly Dent. She's family and basically an auntie to me. She serves as the executive director on the Ohio Commission on Fatherhood. So I figured she'd have a lot of knowledge and experience on the subject, and possibly even like colleagues in the field that may be able to help me out. So after I contacted her, she reached out to her colleagues Kenneth Braswell and Lamont Jones, who both work in support of fathers in the Atlanta area. And they immediately put me in contact with Dr. Torri. So the situation I was in at the time was my son's mother and I lived together for a few years at my last duty station in Texas. The fall of 2016, we mutually decided to end our relationship and that it would be best for us to co-parent Austin. The spring of 2017, we agreed that Atlanta would be a good place to co-parent Austin. At the time, I was in the process of transitioning out of the Army, and she was a stay-at-home mom with 3-year-old Austin. So I felt it would be best for Austin if I took care of them throughout their move to Atlanta and until she could find a job. I agreed to pay her rent for a year and cover other expenses until she was able to, which meant that I would be supporting 2 households, hers with Austin in Atlanta and mine in Texas. Everything was fine after their initial move to Georgia. Whenever I was able to, I would drive to Atlanta from Texas. I visited Austin without any issues. We communicated and we co-parented. But the fall of 2017, something changed. I drove back from Texas the 14 hours to Atlanta for a weekend visit. And she told me that I couldn't dictate when or how I could see my son because they might have something planned. I just found that puzzling because I had not demanded to spend any unreasonable amount of time with Austin. I lived in Texas, so I couldn't see him every day or much at all at the time, nor had I changed the way that I supported them financially. So once she started to control when and how long I could spend time with Austin, I realized that there was nothing I could do about it because I didn't have any legal parental rights. That's at that point, I knew I needed to pursue earning legal parental rights on my own. When I say I moved them to Georgia and financially supported 2 households, that means I paid for their move from Texas to Georgia. I paid for their apartment in the Atlanta area. I paid for the car note and insurance because that's what she was driving Austin around in every day. I provided extra money monthly so she could take care of Austin's everyday needs until she found a job and was able to do those things herself. I still had bills and over my overall living expenses to pay for in Texas, so I stretched my income to support both. Once she had a job, I continued to pay the apartment rent for the rest of the year, so she could save money. Because the reality is, she's been a stay-at-home mom, taking care of Austin, while we were together. So, I felt like that would help her put them in a good situation. At the end of the day, she was taking care of our son like on a daily basis. So I felt like it was the right thing to do in order to support him. I understood if she was good, then he was good. So that's what it was all about. So I discovered that as a father, I didn't have any legal parental rights early. Once Austin was born in Texas, I established paternity by signing the acknowledgement of paternity affidavit. Doing so in Texas doesn't give you legal parental rights when you're unwed, which we were at the time. It just acknowledges you as the father. But in Georgia, that paternity affidavit was not recognized by the court at all. In order to be recognized as Austin's father in Georgia, I had to file for legitimization and to get parental rights. I had to file for parental rights and a parenting time order. Originally, we agreed that I would establish parental rights when I got settled in Georgia. But once it became apparent she wasn't going to honor that agreement, I was forced to pursue it on my own. Going through mediation without a lawyer was a horrible experience. It was extremely challenging because in the first few months of mediation, I did not accurately portray the situation or properly defend myself at the time. One of the bad things that stand out about mediation at the time was while she was working with her lawyer, they were able to secure a temporary order for me to pay child support based on my income from when I was in the Army months prior. At the time, I had completely transitioned out of the Army, so my income was significantly lower. Overall, I mean, that was one of many things that went wrong when I did mediation on my own, but it was a dire situation, and had I continued to try to mediate without a lawyer, I would not have been able to secure legal parental rights for my son. Once we were able to get attorney Terry Herron involved, everything changed. She's an amazing attorney who's very experienced and fought ferociously on my behalf. With attorney Herron leading the charge, she was able to establish my legal parental rights and much more. I'm forever grateful to attorney Herron and Dr. Torri for the support they provided throughout the process. The end result with my established parental rights are that we share joint legal custody, while Austin's mom has primary physical custody of our son. This means he lives with her, and I have established parenting time with Austin every first, third, and if there are fifth weekends in a month, monthly. Once he's released from school and until he goes to school like the next week. I pick him up from school and I drop him off at school as well. But if school isn't in place, we have an established time and link up point. Holiday parenting time and summer parenting time is split between the two of us as it's established in the order. So Austin and I get plenty of time together throughout the year. Child support was established based on my income at the time, not my previous income while I was in the Army. There were also clauses added to the order, but one that was pretty fair to both parents was that if one parent moved more than 50 miles away from the other parent's home, the moving parent would be responsible for pickup and delivery costs. So that I thought that was pretty good. But in the end, my intention wasn't to take my son away from his mother. The main reason I pursued legal parental rights was just to protect the time Austin and I had to spend together, so that it can be predictable and constant. It's not Austin's fault. The relationship between his mother and I did not work out, so I did everything in my power to fight to preserve time we have to spend together. I had a very strong relationship with my father growing up. My parents had me early, so they both made some sacrifices. My father joined the Army and did everything he could to provide for our family. He has been a large influence on me to this day, so the values and principles instilled by my parents directly contribute to me as a father now. It's part of why I did everything in my power to support Austin and his mom after we were separated, and why I fought so hard. Now that we've gone through this situation, life is great. It's just been a huge weight lifted off my shoulders. Just knowing that Austin and I will have frequent and predictable time together. We take full advantage of it. From the times where he's not with me, I try to FaceTime every day. He some days his cue that he doesn't want to talk to us. He'll hop on and say, "Hi, Daddy, love you, miss you, talk to you soon." And he wants to go do what he's gonna do. I tell him the same thing and let him go. Or times where he's a little more chatty, and he'll have me on the phone while he's doing whatever he's doing in his mother's house. He's sick, so there's no telling how he's gonna respond at the time. And to the times that we're together, to be able to establish memories like movie night or going to the park and running, and just being able to have a valuable time together. I owe it a large piece of that to the Father's Generation Foundation, and I'm truly thankful and forever grateful.
So I wanted that video to play fully because I think a lot of times in life we hear what we hear, but we don't diversify how we hear it. Say again, we hear what we hear, but we don't diversify how we hear it. And for that black man to come on camera, I was smiling, as you could tell, just looking at those photos there of Marcus and his beautiful son there. And it just goes to show that everyone is trying their best to give love. And sometimes we don't know what we don't know at the time. But when we do know better, we try to do better. And so the fact that he was open and gracious and kind to fight for his son goes to show that, guess what? There are fatherless sons out here. There are fatherless daughters out here. There are fatherless mothers out here. There are motherless daughters out here, motherless sons. And just because that's happening doesn't mean that stories like that aren't happening. And so I know that this is not a big channel, but I try my very best to bring you guys some stories that hopefully will inspire you, hopefully will uplift you, hopefully will touch you. And once again, I'm going to show the story again here of who did this, because I truly believe that this person really deserves a lot of credit. And I hope that showcasing this on Virtual Tour Live maybe will inspire some dad out there to fight for his kid. Maybe it might inspire a mom to let down the walls and open up so that way she can be a solution for her son. So I'm going to share this one more time. This is the one right here. Dr. Torri J. Evans-Barton, who has reunited 8,400 fatherless kids with their biological dads. I'm going to say that one more time. 8,400 fatherless kids with their biological dads. And what this goes to show me is that we are so much about the negativity that we only ask for positivity just to ask for it, but when we give, we don't receive it. We can't be a forward-thinking society and be comfortable. So I hope that showcasing this story here has done a world of good for somebody out there today. So we got a lot more to talk about here on Virtual Tour Live. Hello, Phyllis Crawford. Glad to have you here, and hello to everybody. The next story we got for y'all is Megan Thee Stallion, y'all. So I want to show y'all this story now. I look, like I said, Media Takeout is a needle in a haystack, okay? So I just want y'all to know. So Media Takeout said allegedly that Megan Thee Stallion's career flops, considers selling nudes, starring on OnlyFans to fund other projects. Now, for those of you who don't know, there was a record label, 1501 Entertainment with Carl. It was a long, drawn battle. And here it is. It says, Megan Thee Stallion is in the midst of a pretty serious career crisis. Instead of making music for the past 2 years, when she was one of the top rappers in the world, she instead went on a long, drawn-out legal battle for record label. Well, I think that feeling was mutual. Carl was also acting a fool. Now Megan's career has cooled off considerably. Media Takeout has learned that she is considering using unorthodox means to make money. In a recent live, I might have to start OnlyFans Hot Girl Productions because we're independent. Y'all need to run it up, go crazy as possible because we're going to be doing it by ourselves. Megan says she also released her CD, Spicy CD book. She released her CD, Spicy CD book. Is this what a female rap has become nowadays? So this is a legend, okay? Hang on. Let me get this for y'all. Hang on. Hang on. I can't do that. Damn it. Why won't it play? I don't want y'all to see that. Okay, hang on. Give me a moment. I'm trying to. Hang on. I'm trying to see if there's a way that I can. You know what? Y'all give me a moment. Give me a moment. Give me one moment. Because I do want y'all to hear it. So y'all give me one moment. So yeah, y'all see her bio there. Y'all give me one moment. Glad to have all y'all here, by the way. Hopefully all is well with you. Give me one moment. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful night tonight. Let me do this here. Okay. All right. Okay.
I'm gonna have to start OnlyFans.
Okay, y'all ready? Here we go. Make sure I got here. Okay, here we go.
I'm gonna have to start OnlyFans. It's a high girl production. We're independent. Y'all need to run it up and go as crazy as possible because we're doing it by ourselves. I'm gonna drop book. Somebody said you better drop that CD book. I'm going to. I'm going live from one of my team members' phone, and her dad keeps blowing up her phone, so I'm about to pass it back to her. Who left?
Oh, she's got the cutest dog.
Say hello to the hotties.
Okay, hang on. I'm gonna show y'all this. Hang on, can y'all see that? Look at that dog. Look at that dog. Look at that dog. So I'm gonna rewind it back. Hang on. I can't. God. Technology, right? Okay, here we go.
I'm gonna have to start an OnlyFans. It's a high girl production. We're independent. I need to run it up and go as crazy as possible because we're doing it by ourselves. I'm gonna drop the CD book. Somebody said you better drop that CD book. I'm going to. I'm going live from one of my team members' phone, and her dad keeps blowing up her phone, so I'm about to pass it back to her.
That is one of the cutest dogs I have ever seen. You can't tell me nothing. Nothing. Not a thing. That is a beautiful dog. All right, so that is what Megan said, right? Listen, OnlyFans originally was supposed to be for original content, not porn, okay, and not, sexual content. But I have a feeling that Megan won't have to really do that because of this here, okay? Now, remember the story that I told you guys about how Megan Thee Stallion teamed up with Frito-Lay to flame out scholarships, or not flame out scholarships, but flame out student loan debt, right? So this is what she did today as I get the article up for you guys. Okay, here it is, share tab. So Houston rapper Megan Thee Stallion shows up at Texas University to surprise seniors for flaming hot scholarships. So here she is here with some of the clothing from the collection. There's some hugs there. That girl Lele was there. Oh, come on. Really? I'm not doing this. I'm not. Y'all give me a moment because I'm not going to do this with Houston Chronicle. I am not. Hang on. Y'all give me a moment. Hang on, let me get my stuff together here. This is live, y'all, so just roll with me here.
Students at Texas Southern University were in for a real treat. Houston native and rapper Megan Thee Stallion made a surprise visit to campus.
It was the hand race for me.
TSU alum announced she was giving students scholarships. Ugochi Iloka with this story.
Every time someone buys merchandise from this flaming hot university vendor or shops online, that money goes towards a scholarship fund that helps graduating seniors like the ones that attend here at TSU. Today, some of those students got to meet the face behind it all. This celebrity alum always shows up for TSU.
Her mother would be extremely proud of what she did for the university.
TSU student Isaac Palacio is talking about her. Houston multi-Grammy award-winning rapper Megan Thee Stallion. Megan, who graduated from TSU in 2021, teamed up with Frito-Lay as brand ambassador for their flaming hot university. The goal? To do what no one else could do for her in college.
I wanted to take like a burden off other students who probably felt like, dang, how am I going to get through school? So I wanted to give the graduating seniors a little coin.
That coin is $175,000 to be split 20 ways. The recipients knew about the scholarship money, but not the special guest.
We didn't know Megan Thee Stallion was going to come. It was very exciting. It was oh my God, moment.
Kiana Stubbs is one of the 20 picked, and just like Megan did, she's paying for school solo.
I do have loans, and it's just me, I don't have my parents or anything.
So this money could have come at a better time.
Graduating seniors don't get a lot of support because they are graduating.
Oh, sorry, y'all. Let me go back. I am so sorry. We're going to pick right back up. I was trying to get this ad off. My bad. What in the world?
At Vistaprint, we can get your brand into your customers' hands, or their heads, or their backs.
Oh, picks right back up. That's good. Some videos, they skipped you back to the beginning.
Students at Texas Southern University.
The special guest.
We didn't know Megan Thee Stallion was going to come. It was very exciting. It was oh my God, moment.
Kiana Stubbs is one of the 20 picked, and just like Megan did, she's paying for school solo.
I do have loans, and it's just me, I don't have my parents or anything.
So this money could have come at a better time.
Graduating seniors don't get a lot of support because they are graduating. So this just really made it seem like somebody actually see us.
Keep going. Don't let nobody tell you what you can't do, because you definitely can do it.
Megan, are you excited to be here today?
I am. I'm so happy. Everybody's making me feel so loved.
As for what Megan is going to do while she's visiting her hometown,
every time I come back to Houston, I'm like, yes, finally, real cool.
Palacio, who's one of the scholarship recipients, has this sweet offer for Megan.
I'm trying to take her out to eat because she said she was hungry.
Asked for this.
Listen, you have not because your ass not.
The difference.
I ain't mad at it.
Ugochi Iloka, KHOU.
Wow. That was pretty cool. I mean, come on now. So I did the math for y'all. So that's $175,000 divided up 20 ways. So each student will be receiving a check for $8,750. So how cool is that? Y'all see the story here. Wow. So, and look, that brother who asked, listen, Megan is hungry and I want to help. Listen, you have not because your ass not, brother. I ain't mad at you. Shout out to KHOU for bringing us that wonderful, and I do mean wonderful story. And that's why I tried to tell y'all about it. If you were in Texas, I tried to tell y'all about it. You know what I mean? So listen, I'm gonna play this video here with Megan here. Let's see. Okay, y'all give me a moment.
Her hands are.
That's right, guys. We're at Texas Southern University, and we're waiting for Megan Thee Stallion. Everybody is waiting for her, and the students.
Artist Megan Thee Stallion. Welcome home.
Okay.
How's it feeling home?
It feels really,
Sorry, y'all.
really good. I'm really hungry. Every time I come back to Houston, I'm like, yes, finally, real cool. I feel really amazing because, first of all, I graduated from TSU. And at the time, I knew I wanted to be Megan Thee Stallion, and I knew I was Megan Thee Stallion, but I ain't had no Megan Thee Stallion money yet. And I was like, damn, how am I gonna pay for school? I know I want to rap, but I know I want to get my degree, but I want to get graduate seniors, a little boy. And I was like, yes, I did it, I graduated. And like I said,
we've been planning for her to be here as a part of this partnership for quite some time.
What does it mean to you to just receive this scholarship today?
Oh man, I think it means a lot to me. Me being Mr. School of Communications, the first Hispanic in TSU history.
Hey!
I always told myself I need to put my mind to and be able to make history. So with the scholarship opportunity, I shot my shot. I ended up getting the email back, and history was made.
All right, guys, we are outside now. The fans are excited. The students are excited to see the one and only Megan Thee Stallion. She's about to hit at the yard, so stay tuned.
I'm gonna skip it just a little bit. Skip it around just a little bit. Sorry, y'all. Hashtag anticipation much, right?
Y'all, are you so excited to be out here at your HBCU today?
Look at that black excellence.
Awesome, awesome. Do you know who the special guest is? Have y'all heard?
I can't play the music because y'all know copyright, but there she is.
All right, y'all, we are here with the TSU Sensations and TSU Cheer. They are turned up for Megan Thee Stallion. Did y'all appreciate seeing Megan today? Yeah. Are y'all enrolled in Hot Girl University? Yes. And what's your favorite part about going to an HBCU? I'll ask you.
I just love the culture, and I just love how everyone makes everyone feel as a family.
Okay, and if you had one thing to say to Megan Thee Stallion, what would you say?
I love it. We are live. So there you go. I see. This is the thing, y'all. Like, there is so much positivity, and by the way, this comes to us from Click to Houston. By the way, this brother here, shout out to Mr. School Communications. I wish my alma mater had that, because let me tell you something. It would have been game over. Do you hear me? But shout out to Megan Thee Stallion, shout out to Frito-Lay. And you know what? I hope that Flaming Hot University goes nationally, and maybe there's some other graduating seniors. Maybe there's some people that are in student loan debt that Megan can make a difference with. So shout out to her. Want to bring y'all this story with Kel Mitchell, for those of you who may not have known. Right here, Kel Mitchell was hospitalized in Los Angeles, California. Of course, LA. I just give context here. Kel Mitchell, famous for his work on Good Burger, and Ken Kel. Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can't take your order. And hashtag who loves orange soda? I do. Hashtag 90s. What do you want me to do? It is currently hospitalized, as TMZ has learned. So this was yesterday. We know the actor was admitted into a Los Angeles area hospital Tuesday night. Coming in through the emergency room, a witness tells us Kel appeared to be conscious and alert when he arrived. The cause of Kel's illness is unclear, but we do know that as of Wednesday, he was still in the hospital getting treatment. It is unknown when he will be released or what his current condition is. We reached out to Kel's reps, who did not comment on his situation. Let's see here. Kel's social media pages are still posting despite his hospital stay, but most likely it's mostly promotional material, including his work on Hollywood Squares, hosted by DC Young Fly, that is on VH1. Can't remember the time, but I know it's there on VH1, which is now under BET control. And upcoming flick Good Burger 2, so likely the post will be planned. Fans know Kel got his start in the Nickelodeon series All That in the 90s before teaming up with SNL star Kenan Thompson for Kenan and Kel. The two also starred in Good Burger in the middle of their comedy show success, with a sequel to the Burger film dropping later this month. Gets well soon, Kel. So here's an update on this story coming to us from rollingout.com. Kel Mitchell recovering at home after a health scare. Comedic actor. Grateful for prayers. Kenan Kel star Kel Mitchell is on the road to recovery after a genuinely frightening time in the hospital. The 45-year-old actor was reported by TMZ to have been rushed to the hospital in Los Angeles on Tuesday, November 7th. So not yesterday, but the day before yesterday, with the reason for his admission still unknown at this time. However, he has since thanked everyone for their flood of prayers after the health scare. Grateful for the flood of prayers and positive vibes that surrounded me during a genuinely frightening time. The scare was real, but so was the support. With the grace of God and the skill of the medical team, I am on the road to recovery at home, embraced by the love of my family. Your kindness has been a lifeline. I can't thank you enough. Much love to each of you, he wrote on his Instagram. And so there you go. It says here that that Mitchell recently explained that he's been trying to get in shape for the follow-up to the comedy classic, in which he starred as the fast food cashier Ed, while Keenan played high school slacker Dexter, because he wanted to look the same as he did 26 years ago. I wanted to make sure I still look the same as in the original movie. I do a lot of calisthenics. I do a lot of HIIT workouts or HIIT workouts, high intensity workouts. I do 45 minutes in the morning, then throughout the day. I do micro workouts. Me and Keenan are making sure that the sequel's super, super funny. We've known about a long time. That has been very hard to keep secret, but we're excited. We're super excited that everybody knows now, and it's out. He told US Weekly. So Kel Mitchell is doing well. So shout out to that. Absolutely, for sure. We are going to talk about that link that I just pulled up in just a moment. A lot going on Virtual Tour Live tonight. So glad to have all of you here. And so let's keep rolling. So as y'all know, SAG did do a post that the strike is officially over. That's what they are saying. Allegedly. Okay. Allegedly. So let me share this tab with y'all. It says here, the strike is over as of 12:01 a.m. PT, November 9th. So 12:01 a.m. PT to ET. So the strike was over at 3:01 this morning, okay? So it says, Dear SAG-AFTRA members, we are thrilled and proud to tell you that today your TV Theatrical Negotiating Committee voted unanimously to approve a tentative agreement. Read that one more time. Voted unanimously to approve a tentative agreement with the American Motion Picture Television Producers as of 12:01 a.m., 3:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 12:01 a.m. Pacific Time. Our strike is officially suspended and all picking locations are closed. We will be in touch in the coming days with information about the celebration gatherings around the country. In a contract valued over $1 billion, we have achieved a deal of extraordinary scope that includes above parent minimum compensation increases, unprecedented provisions for consent and compensation that will protect members from the threat of artificial intelligence, and for the first time establishes a streaming participation bonus. Our pension and health caps have been substantially raised, which will bring much needed value to our plans. In addition, the deal includes numerous improvements for multiple categories, including outsized and compensation increases for background performers and critical contract provisions protecting diverse communities. We arrived at a contract that will enable SAG-AFTRA members from every category to build sustainable careers. Many thousands of performers now into the future will benefit from this work. Full details of the agreement will not be provided until the tentative agreement is reviewed by the SAG-AFTRA National Board. We also want to thank our union siblings, the workers that powered this industry, for the sacrifices they have made while supporting our strike and that of the Writers of America. We stand together in solidarity. It will be there for you when you need us. Thank you all for your dedication, your commitment, and your solidarity throughout the strike. It's because of you that these improvements became possible. In solidarity and gratitude, your TV and Theatrical Negotiating Committee. Now, congratulations, first of all. It was after 118 days that this strike is over. Now, here's a little more context. It's a 3-year contract. 3 years. Okay, so it's 3 years. It's 3 years. Just want to say that. So basically what this means here, and so it says specific details of the deal are expected to be revealed when the agreement goes to the board on Friday. So you're probably wondering, wait a minute, what do you mean, Braylon, of when the agreement goes to the board on Friday? So tentative means that it is not confirmed that this is a done deal, because in the past with the strike, it has been, we're getting there, no, we're getting there, no, we're getting there, no. So basically what that means is tomorrow, when the contract gets, the tentative contract gets to the board, which will include Fran Drescher, the president of SAG-AFTRA, if they do not agree with the agreement, they can say no, and then the strike is back on again. I talked with a good coworker of mine today that he said he has his fingers crossed, but he's not waiting on bated breath because this has been a no before. So we shall see Friday what it is. So this is all tentative. Congratulations on that for sure. So with that being said, I wanted to show y'all this story here. As y'all know, Miss Universe is now owned by a Thailand transgender woman, and so I wanted to let you guys know about this. This comes to us from GMA News Online. This is an Asian platform. Miss Universe owner Annie Jaraka Druta Tip issued statement on JKN Global. Sorry, y'all, guys, my charger on my laptop. Let me do this here. Sorry, y'all. Let me get it plugged in. Issue statement on JKN Global Group's financial situation. This is the owner here. And Jaraka Juta Tip is the owner of Miss Universe. Now, before we get into this, Miss Universe used to be owned by WMEING, and Steve Harvey had a ownership in Miss Universe and had a multi-year deal to host it. It was always on Fox. Before that, it was owned by 45, and Miss Universe was on, I think, NBC, if I'm not mistaken. So it was NBC, then Fox. Now it's on Roku. So the owner of Miss Universe has issued a statement on the financial situation for company. This comes before she reportedly filed for debt rescue before Thailand's central bankruptcy court amid the fall in company shares. According to Bangkok Post, JKN Global Group petitioned for an extension of its debt repayment period and adjustments of interest rates. JKN Global Group has announced they plan to refinance our debt and rehabilitate our businesses. For our operating cash is intact and the company will continue to run operations as planned. This is a necessary step in our growth to ensure that our debt is repaid and the company remains financially healthy. And he said in a statement, Miss Universe organization, which is only one of our many business lines, is completely clean and will continue to operate as planned. We look forward to 3 fantastic broadcasts next week. So JKN Global Group acquired Miss Universe in 2022. The company also owns Miss USA, Miss Teen USA. Now, Crystal Stewart used to own Miss USA, but there was a scandal of how the winner may not have won. Don't know a lot about it, but I'm just giving it to y'all as I know it. On Instagram, Annie said the Miss Universe organization remains the number one priority in her life. No matter how joyful or painful it's going to be, our universe must go on, must be great, and stay on top as the legendary beauty Olympics in the world. I will sacrifice and do everything for the great success of our university, she said. Miss Universe 2023 is set to be held in El Salvador on November 18th. Reigning queen R. Bonnie Gabriel will crown her successful at the Jose Adefio Pina Arena in El Salvador. Miss Universe Philippines 2023 Michelle D hopes to win the country's 5th crown of the pageant, following Gloria Diaz, Margie Moran, Peter Watzebach, and Katarina Gray. So here's the statement here. And so, yeah, that's it there. So I wanted to bring y'all that. By the way, it will be on Roku. Let me bring that up. So this is just bankruptcy for her business, not the Miss Universe. Not the Miss Universe organization. So Olivia Cupo and Jeannie Mai will host the 72nd annual Miss Universe competition. They will be joined by Maria Menounos, who is known from Extra. Is known for a lot of. Maria Menounos is a legend in the game. Her and Kevin Undergaro create AfterBuzz TV, a network basically doing what we do here on YouTube. Basically doing after shows of many different shows, marking the only second time in Miss Universe history that an all-female hosting team will lead the show. The much-awaited competition will occur in El Salvador on November 18, 2023. It will be streamed on the Roku channel and broadcasted in Spanish by Telemundo within the United States. So I think it will, Maria Menounos, known for Access Hollywood, Extra, E! News, and more, will be hosted for the first time. However, Maria Menounos has been a part of this community since winning the title of Miss Teen Massachusetts in 1995. For the Spanish telecast, Telemundo will feature renowned TV personalities Jacqueline Bratamontes and Daniel Carrera. So the Miss Universe competition will feature 2 backstage correspondents, Catalina Gray, Miss Universe 2018, and Zuri Hall, who is from Ohio, by the way, will be backstage giving viewers a glimpse into how contestants get ready during the night. The Spanish language team includes Miss Universe 2020, Andrea Meza, Carlos Ardan, and Julian Gama, who will be on site, bringing viewers all the excitement with exclusive behind-the-scenes access and exceptional coverage. I think that will be, I'm trying to think, Miss Universe Roku 2023. I'm just trying to find out the time for y'all. Let's see here. Sorry, y'all. So I think it will, November 18th at 8 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to watch that, will be on the Roku channel. Now, here's the thing. You do not have to have Roku in order to get the Roku channel. The Roku channel is absolutely free. So this is the second year that they have streamed it. They have streamed it on Roku and Telemundo. So it's a multi-year deal. So Miss Universe believes that streaming will be the future of Miss Universe, which I get it. I do, because, streaming is the new TV. However, there's nothing like a promotional tour of get ready. Miss Universe happening November 18th at 8/7 Central live, only on Fox. Something powerful about an announcer voice, I gotta tell you. And so I want to give y'all just a little more context here by sharing this tab instead. The JKN Global Group, owned by transgender rights campaigner Annie Jakar-Tip, bought the pageant in 2022 for $20 million, which is actually a very good bargain if you got that type of money. The firm made the announcement in a statement to the Thailand Stock Exchange 2 months after it missed a deadline to repay bonds around $12 million. So just to give y'all a little context there. But yeah, that is our show. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's show. You know what I mean? I really do love doing this show. And it says here, by the way, the plan will offer a guideline for the sale of non-productive assets to raise funds to pay creditors. Under the court proceeding, the company can continue operating, which is a sustainable solution to JKN's current liquidity problem, it said. So just wanted to give y'all some context here. As of June 30th, JKN has total liabilities of about 7.4 billion baht, which in U.S. currency is $209 million. So I think they're gonna be just fine paying their money. But I want to give y'all that context, and I hope you guys have enjoyed the show. This is the part of the show where I drop the link if you want to come up. I know it's only one person here, but I'm still going to do the show that we do over here. But I hope you guys have enjoyed the show. I try my very, very best to be able to bring you guys a show that is fun, that is educational, but also to maybe give you a different perspective on the world we living in today. That, just because there are bad people doesn't mean that the world is bad. And I think we layered it pretty good here. We talked about Miss Universe and how somebody had to file for bankruptcy, but it looks like they're going to be just fine, and they're going to have Miss Universe on Roku, which is a big deal. The strike is over with SAG. Allegedly, the strike is over. They have to approve the contract, but for it being valued at $1 billion, I'm going to assume that it is a good deal. I'll just assume that. Kel Mitchell, we're glad that you're still here, brother, because we lost too many people. Can't take no more. Megan Thee Stallion. Speaking of Megan Thee Stallion, I want to show y'all something that I'm surprised that she hasn't done yet. Just want to show y'all this. Now, she is in Big Mouth Season 7. Okay, she is in Big Mouth Season 7. That's a cartoon on Netflix. But I want to show y'all this as well. Give me 1 second. Bam. Right here, To Doom by Netflix. Megan Thee Stallion is now Megan the producer. We all know that Megan Thee Stallion is a savage, but now she's added a new title to her resume. Producer. The Grammy Award-winning musician, philanthropist, college graduate, entrepreneur has signed an exclusive first look deal with Netflix, where she will create, executive producing series and other projects. I've always had passion for telling creative and entertaining stories. I'm so thrilled about this partnership with Netflix. Megan says, venturing into production is the next step in my journey as an entrepreneur. I can't wait to bring all my ideas to life for my hotties to watch. Tracy Posteska, head of comedy, adds that Megan is a multi-talented creative force who has consistently made her mark on culture. She's always growing and evolving as an artist. We are thrilled that she's making a home at Netflix for this next chapter in her journey. So I'm kind of wondering, what's happening with this first look deal? Now, for those of you who don't know what first look deal is, basically what that means is this. I'm sorry, I need to pull that up because y'all are seeing all the blessings of the Lord right there. Just okay. Hallelujah, praise him. Mama said, Mama said, hashtag Mama Makusa. But anyway, for those of you who don't know what first look deal is, let's just say that took Brainley's virtual tour live to a network, right? They get the first right to look at the show and see if they want to go for it or not. If not, after that, then I can pitch it to other people. So that's what first look deal is. But hopefully there's some things coming from Megan Thee Stallion and Netflix. And she is in Dix the Musical, which is an A24 movie. So hopefully there'll be some movies. Hopefully there'll be some TV shows. Hopefully there can be a rap competition from Megan Thee Stallion on Netflix. So hopefully more will be coming from that. So, but yeah, I've never seen Megan, but listen, hey, she is that queen right there. She is definitely that queen for sure. So glad to have all of you here. I think we did a good job tonight. We got everything wrapped up in a bow, probably an hour and some change. But I thought this was a good show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. By the way, shout out to Dr. Torri J. Evans-Barton for reuniting 8,300 fathers with their children. Such a big deal. I'm going to drop the hey Orchards and Endlers. Thank you so much for that. Much love to you. I'm trying to find her link, y'all, because I want to. Okay, here it is. So, for those of you who are looking for that, I will drop that link in the chat, just in case you guys do want to go to that. And listen, if there is any fathers that are trying their best to be good and do good in the world, give them this resource for y'all. Give them this resource, y'all, because at the end of the day, we all are trying to do the best we can. And I feel like this would be an absolute great resource for fathers who are trying their best out there. So I'm going to drop that link there. So y'all go to that website if you know a dad that's trying to become active, or has been or is active, but maybe he wants some more support. Go to that website there. Shout out to you, and then of course Brenton. Brenton, you were wrong, bruh. 15 times in the back and the head because she asked you to take your Nintendo Switch away. Shouldn't be playing games in class. I don't know what's wrong with these kids today, but like there is no way. Also, too, I was born in the 90s where, Nintendo 64, you had to plug it in, but also, too, we had a Game Boy. But still, there would be, back in the day, there was no games in class. I don't know how that happened, but praying for Joanne and her family. But Brenton, if you do get 30 years, bruh, I think it's a little much. I think about 10 years, 10 to 15. But still, you commit a crime. And in some states, 17 is grown. It's not fair, but even with your autism spectrum disorder, that was completely out of line, classless, and disrespectful. And of course, Disney and Hulu. Bob, don't do this. I'm telling you right now, this is not going to work the way you think. Hulu's got 44 million subscribers. And if you could get Disney Plus to be international, you can get Hulu to be international. It's not that hard. Y'all are Disney. Hell, I'm international right now. I'm on YouTube. Y'all can't get Hulu to where it needs to be. I'm just asking questions. Because I think there's more to Hulu than you guys are giving them credit for. It looks like they're the stepchild that y'all don't want to bring into the family. Because I promise you, if you promote anything adult, and Robin, George, or Michael, I'm talking about Robin Roberts, Michael Strahan, George Stephanopoulos said, all right, y'all, go watch American Horror Story on Disney Plus. Everybody's going to be scratching their heads. And I promise you, promotion-wise, it's not going to flow like you think. But, hey, you're in charge of Disney. So, I mean, listen. So, with that being said, there was a story I want to bring up here. So this is a trigger warning. And I think that this is a very powerful story here. So this comes to us from rollingout.com. It says Nicki Minaj opens up about her drug addiction. The Anaconda MC discussed her ordeal in Vogue magazine. Amid America's unrelenting opioid epidemic, the ramp empress Nicki Minaj admits that she got swept up in the maelstrom of powerful prescription medication addiction. The Pink Friday architect made the stunning admission during her cover story for Vogue's December edition as she prepares for the release of its sequel, Pink Friday 2, on December 8th. When Minaj began taking the potent drug for her painful menstrual cramps, she could not have anticipated the psychological dependence that would ensue. No one told me that this was a narcotic, and this was extremely addictive. Luckily, I was able to ground myself, but once an addict, always an addict, Nicki said. I feel like if you never experienced addiction to anything, which I have, you always have to think twice and 3 times about the choices you make. and this is the cover here. Nicki Minaj's New World. I look in my son's face and my whole soul lights up. And she's thanking Anna Wintour here. She says, and I quote, Anna, thank you. I can't really find the words to sum up all these emotions right now, but gratitude is number one on the list. Thank you for making one of my wildest dreams come true, a beautiful, surreal experience from start to finish. Sergio, thank you, and the entire team for making this such an enjoyable, iconic, and unforgettable experience. Sergio, Kinoy is tagged here. We did it, Joe. Thank you, Joe. The Carrazza Vogue magazine photographer Norman G. Roy there. As we roll on here, Minaj reflected on what powerful painkillers did to our most beloved musical legends. Look at some of our biggest celebrities. Eventually, they'll either get laughed out of wanting to go outside anymore, like Michael Jackson, or criticized like Whitney Houston, or they fight silent battles like Prince. Nicki explains these are some of the greatest of all time. And one day they say, you know what, I'd rather self-medicate and be in my own world. In the Vogue interview, Minaj also talked about what the addiction did to her late father, Robert Minaj, and how it impacted her childhood. I feel like I will always consider myself to be just like my father, said Minaj, whose birth name was Onika Tanya Mirage. I think about watching my father go back and forth. I just wish at that time I understood that he wasn't doing it because he wanted to, Minaj added. Now I realize those people were making those choices because they wanted to hurt their family. Addiction took over their bodies and their lives. They were victims too. Minaj's father was killed in a hit-and-run accident in suburban New York at age 64 in February of 2021. First of all, to Nicki Minaj, shout out to you. Much love and prayers up to you. And you know what? I will say this: it took a lot of courage for Nicki to say this out loud. And when we think of Kiki Jabbar and what she's going through, being on that drug for what she was going through, I think we have to recognize there's a difference between trying to get through pain and being addicted. Right? Some people get addicted because, like Nicki Minaj so articulately stated, it's better to be in your own world with the devil that you know than the devil that you don't know. However, when you are trying to heal from pain, it's not that you're addicted to the medicine, you are addicted to the pain not being there. And this goes to show, for as big as Nicki Minaj is, she is still a woman, a black woman on top of that. And she is a soul in this world that goes through some of the same things that we all go through now. Of course, I'm a full-grown man, so I've never been through menstrual cramps. But what I'm saying is the issues of everyday, regular schmegular life that I go through, you go through, we all go through, she is going through. So shout out to Nicki Minaj for being so vulnerable with Vogue magazine, and really just being vulnerable in general, because she did not have to announce that at all. So shout out to her on that story. So I want to give that the time of day because I think it's very important. So, but see, y'all, this is what we do over here. We cover the mess of the impossible. We cover the rise of the possible, but it all has soul, context, and a generosity in the possibilities of what can be. So, well, y'all, looks like nobody wants to come up, but I think that is our show. Like I said, shout out to Orchards and Nurse. Thank you so much for being here. And of course, this is the link here for the Follow This Generation Inc. I am also going to drop their YouTube channel. It has 128 subscribers. I am subscribing right now. So now they have 129 subscribers. I'm going to drop their YouTube channel in the chat. Yes, I am. Right there. And I already dropped the link in the chat. And then I will drop that article where I found it, so you guys can follow that. And please give this to a dad that is really trying. Or, you know, maybe it's a new dad or maybe it's a new man that just became a dad that he's overwhelmed. He doesn't know what to do. Give him this resource, because the more dads and moms we have out here, the better the future generation will be. And so, yeah. So, like I said, we cover it all over here. We cover the good, the bad, and because it's happening in the culture, we cover it all. And there's a lot going on YouTube. A lot going on. Some people are putting themselves in circumstances, and some people are creating their own circumstances. But listen, everything is in the eye of the beholder and the hearers. Everything's in the eyes of the beholder, and everything is in the ears of the hearer. So, in the words of Olmec from Legends of the Hidden Temple, the choices are yours and yours alone. Hashtag good luck. So with that being said, I think that is our show for real. It seems like, before I go, I got one more thing to tell you. There's 5 more things, but seriously, let's get out here with the Daily Motivator by the Ralph Morrison. Let's get out of here. All right, y'all. Oh, Lord, this show. Present. Yes, indeed. All right, here it is, the Daily Motivator. Great minds have purposes, others have wishes. Oh, read that one more time. Great minds have purposes, others have wishes. So if I look at that, the anybody's have wishes of what they want to be, but great minds who are somebodies have purposes to be about what they want to be. Oh, Washington Irving, shout out to you, good sir. I hope the kids in the back of the short bus who talks about everybody else but can't own up to their own ish are listening. So, especially, you know what? Let me give some examples. If there's a wet floor sign on the ground, right, and you slip and fall, is it the sign's fault or your fault? If it's snowing outside, right, and the forecast said put on a jacket, but you go outside with no jacket and you get flu or you get sick, is it the meteorologist's fault or is it your fault? And finally, if there's a disclaimer on a video that says, do not use any part of this, otherwise there will be strikes, this, that, and what have you, and you still use part of the video, is that person's fault who gave the disclaimer, or is it your fault for being hard-headed and doing what you want to do? I'm just asking questions. Now, I will say this. I think that every channel should have a public use form, and that you can sign this form, and maybe there can be a public use check mark on that channel of, yes, this is a channel you can use their content for your live streams or for your video commentary, or no, you cannot use it. I think if we had that system, I think a world of good. I think that would do a world of good for us to do good, because let me tell you something. There's plenty of great content that I want to bring on my channel, but also too, I don't want to get a strike. You know what I mean? So I totally agree that, like, for example, with Maxine's Baby with Tyler Perry from Amazon Studios, I got a strike. It didn't affect my channel, but like, I'm trying to promote something good. And my thing is this, if you put it on YouTube, I feel like that's fair use. Like, what in the hell? But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I just wanted to bring up some questions, and maybe I might get some answers. Who knows? Will I get answers? Well, I'm not. Hashtag the world may never know. So with that being said, it's time for the Daily Motivator by Ralph Morrison for Thursday, November 9th, 2023. Can y'all believe it's already November? Good God. Make more encouragement. Encouragement is cumulative. Every little bit matters because all those bits add up. Encouragement is omnidirectional. Giving encouragement to someone else, even merely observing it, encourages you too. What if you what could you do to give yourself a little bit of encouragement right now? What could you do to encourage someone else? Raising the level of encouragement in any moment is always a good thing. The energy it creates will continue to resonate across time, across distance. It could seem like a little thing, yet it could be just enough to make a big difference. Wherever it comes from, wherever it goes, encouragement benefits your world. Use every opportunity to make more. Ralph Morrison. You know what? I agree with this. I totally agree with this. I think that, making more encouragement, it doesn't have to come from your circumstances, although 10 times out of 10 it does. I think that making more encouragement really comes from what you care about. If you care about your family, you'll make encouragement in your family. If you care about your finances, you'll make more encouragement in your finances. If you care about your mental health, you'll make more encouragement in your mental health. So what is in you will come out of you, or in the scripture, as there's a scripture in the Bible, as a man thinketh, so is he, right? So I will say that. So whatever encouragement you want in your life, you have to make more encouragement in that area. Number 2, give and it shall be given unto you, good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over, men will give into your bosom. You know the old saying that it's better to give than to receive? Because we don't know what a little bit will do. It's just like, Bit Mama's cakes, or, it's like Granddaddy's barbecue. It's good, but it's missing that one little thing that just takes it from a #0 to a hero, just like that. Giving just a little something can be a big something. And I think we forget that because we look at celebrities' lives and we look at other things that are happening in the world. Like, oh, I wish I could do that. Well, guess what? Do you realize it took a lot of energy for them to get social capital so they can get financial capital so they can do that thing that you're so amazed by? Everything takes time, right? So recognize, to make more encouragement in areas of your life, you have to make more encouragement in that area. Recognize that, making encouragement in giving does allow you to increase yourself. And finally, and that just giving a little something can make something big. And finally, when it comes to making more encouragement, just know that if you don't feel encouraged, it's okay to live in that, breathe through that, and allow that space to be, but don't stay there. Because guess what? For 29 years upon this earth, and yes, I said upon this earth, I have been encouraged, elevated, and I feel like I am rising into my greatest potential yet. And think about how many years you've been there. If you ever are in doubt of how much encouragement you have, think about how long you've been alive. That is how many years of people making more encouragement in your life. That is a powerful thing. So with that being said, it is time for the best outro on YouTube. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. I will definitely post this to the community wall because this one I feel like is a really good one. But with that being said, it is time for the best outro on YouTube. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say you weren't born special, because you were always born a blessing. And trust, you may not be where you want to be, but by the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've been chosen to do. Why is one thing to call yourself? It's another thing to be chosen. One love, much love. I have spent time with you. You have spent time with me. Hopefully by spending time together, we'll rise up to be great together. And always remember, where you're doing radio, television, YouTube, living your best life, or just recognizing that, hey, guess what? Whether you are a black president or you're a black woman reuniting fathers with their children, we can all make a difference. Make sure the replay is not just ready for you to watch it, not just worth for you to listen to, but for you to want to experience it again. I love you. I value. I embrace you all. Whatever obstacles you have overcome and whatever successes you have achieved, I am extremely proud of you today. But if no one else is going to be proud of you, be proud of your damn self. You understand? Do you hear the words that come out of my mouth? Hashtag Chris Tucker. Hashtag legend. Hashtag need to see more of him. One love, much love, all love. Enjoy the fireworks for the date you had and for the day that's to come and the blessings that are hashtag on the way. Good night, everybody. I'll see you real soon.
you.